Joined once again by Violent Bob Ross, Luis Pena, who is coming off his first UFC victory, and I don't think that one could have gone any better. He submitted Richie Smullen at the Ultimate Fighter Season 27 finale on July 6th. Luis, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, James. Once again, thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. Like, I've had so much like media and stuff I have to do, but I always love working with you.
No, I appreciate that, man. It's good to talk to you again. And I got to ask, I know you're back in California now. Has it sunk in yet that you won? I know when we asked you post-fight about the win and everything, it hadn't really hit you yet. Has it hit you now?
Yeah, a little bit. Finally, like it's finally kind of set in, and like I'm starting to realize, like, man, I'm a UFC fighter now. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I saw you were on Ariel Helwani's show the other day. How was that, getting to be on the #1 show and getting your name out there? I mean, I think it's awesome.
That was an honor, to be on such a big platform. I think my Twitter's blown up ever since then. So just to have Ariel reach out to me and want me on the show, it was an honor.
It's great. And how were you in the interview and everything? I mean, you're a veteran at this now. We've been doing a few of these, so I imagine you were well prepared.
Yeah, no, it seemed natural, like just like another interview, just like another day in the office, just like fighting.
Yeah, no, that's great, man. So what has been the feedback from the UFC since the win? Have you talked to them at all, or has your management? What's been sort of the feeling from the UFC after your win?
They're real excited. I think my manager has talked to them, and I think we're gonna try and get something booked for like November or December.
Okay, you should see. Hey, you said December. You should try and get booked up here in Canada. We got that card coming up in Toronto.
That would be pretty dope. I've never been to Canada, and I've
Oh
always
well, there
wanted.
you go. There you go. Get some frequent flyer miles. Now the only problem is because now you're like this California guy, right? Like you're getting used to all the nice weather. It gets a little cold up here in Toronto in December, so that's the
I,
only thing. You have to get a winter coat
that's the one thing. Well, I've got a couple coats from when I lived in
from
Missouri,
back home. Yeah, I guess in Missouri, right? Yeah.
so that's not that big of a deal. But I know I'm getting used to this California weather.
Exactly. It's tough to go back. How's the feedback been from the fans? Like you said, your Twitter's been blowing up, but did you have any other fighters reach out to you, maybe that you didn't know, that were saying, "Hey, man, congrats on the win"?
Andrea Lee reached out to me. All the fighters from AKA like Todd Duffy reached out to me, Justin Willis, all my teammates. Um, and then yeah, I'd have to say like I can't even name all the people that have reached out to me. One of the coolest thing to me is Anthony Hamilton followed me on Instagram. The R&B singer.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought you meant the UFC heavyweight. You said Anthony Hamilton.
I'm talking like like legit the Anthony Hamilton. Like I was like,
Okay.
God.
I'm glad you clarified that, because if you would have said Anthony Hamilton, the heavyweight, I've been like, "What's the big deal?" Like, it's just Anthony Hamilton. No, but that's great, man. So there you go. The Violent Bob Ross brand is reaching, beyond mixed martial arts. It's going into the music world, as you're saying.
Yeah, no, that was like to me that's the coolest thing because I've been an Anthony Hamilton fan since I was a kid.
Right. Okay. That's awesome, man. Now, as far as what's next, we talked about a post fight. Mike Trizano, and it seems like Mike's game too. We asked him in the scrum about that. It seems like he's game. Has there been any headway there as far as that matchup?
I don't know. That's the matchup my manager's pushing for. I really want that. I feel like it's a really good favorable matchup for me. It's another one where like I feel like I'm better everywhere, and I feel like that's another win for me, another opportunity at making 50,000 again.
And how do you feel like you would match up against him, just based off what you saw this season and his finale fight against Joe Giannetti?
It'd be a tough fight because Mike is Mike like me is good everywhere. He's good on the ground. He's got good takedowns, and his hands are what he's known for. But at the same time, I feel like my skills are better and will be even better by the time we fight everywhere we go.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, here's the big question. Would this fight take place at 55 or 45? I know when I asked you on the post-fight scrum, you said 55, but Trizano, I believe, actually likes fighting at featherweight, so that might be a thing where you guys could both drop down.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, if he wants to go to 45 and he wanted to do it at 45, I'd be down. But I'd rather do this fight at 55, just because it's him. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. We talked a little bit this week, and You know, when I was telling him I wanted to go 45, he was even thinking about staying at 55. So I don't know. I mean, wherever the fight wants to happen, that's the fight I want to make.
Okay, that's good. Now, as far as that, all that goes and everything, you do want to go down to 45 though eventually, right? Like if it doesn't happen here, you would want to go down after. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I would. I personally, I'd like to take one more fight at 55, and really like do it the right way, just to see how easy that would be, and if 45 is doable, and then after the next fight at 55, make the cut to 45.
I like that. So what does this week look like? You mentioned you're in California. Is it right back to training, or are you taking some time off? How have you sort of mapped this week out?
I'm taking just like a little bit of time off. I'm probably gonna take this week off from training just to kind of enjoy California, because I never really got to do anything out here while I was here. So and this is the first time I've ever been in California. So I'm taking this week to kind of like enjoy that and go live the Cali lifestyle a little bit. And then right after that, it's gonna be right back to training.
Before I let you go here, you had a great weekend in Vegas. You got the win, everything else. I know you went to the pool a couple times because actually, I think I ran into you in the hotel as you were on your way to the pool. But what was your favorite thing to do this weekend in Vegas?
Interact with all the fans. That was really dope. Like I
I
can't.
saw with the faces and everything. That was crazy.
Yeah,
The
that
cardboard
was
cutouts.
that was insane. Just like meeting all these people who like don't know me from Adam, but they're so invested in me and the story, and like they want to see me win because of all that. Like that was so cool. Like getting to like take pictures with people and like meet little kids that like wanted to take pictures and stuff. I gave out a few hats that had like autographs on them, like because I don't wear hats anymore. So I was like, might as well. Like just doing all of that. That was like the coolest thing ever to me.
Good stuff, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. What a win that was. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Most definitely. You can find me on social media at Violent Bob Ross on Twitter and Instagram. And I got a Facebook page, Violent Bob Ross Luis Pena. And then I'd like to give a shout out to all my sponsors, Fuji BJJ, Koi CBD, Avila's Translations LLC, Iron Jaw Custom Mouth Guard, Armor Nutshells Cups, and then Morir and Larea Clothing. Most definitely. Like those are all the guys that like they help me make this all this easier for me. Without them, fight week wouldn't have been nearly as easy to go through.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my